And we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special day here in the Pigskin Mafia podcast. I'm your host, TJ Riddell. And it goes without saying, happy March Madness. Everybody's brackets are already busted. Everybody's already freaking out about teams that they picked to move on to the next round, already busted, whatever. Me and Jamo had this conversation last night. But my bracket's 97.2% right now, so I'm good at the moment. As long as Auburn ends up winning it all, I'm fine with it. But that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about two things, two major things. One, the draft special, where it's going to be, where's it going to be filmed, when is it going to be filmed, and how are we going to do it? Two, NFL free agency. Why hasn't TJ been posting a lot about this free agency? And I'll explain why here in a minute. But first, I also want to give a special shout out to everybody who watches this show, watches the shorts, watches everything Pigskin Mafia podcast related. Even if it's just my reels on Instagram or TikTok, which you can find me on TikTok, TJRid10 _ PMP. Same thing for Instagram, TJRid10 _ PMP. I know this is a weird day to do a podcast or kind of a live stream update, I guess. But here's the deal. I was a little ill last week, so I couldn't be able to. I wasn't able to do a live stream, and also I've been working like a dog, so I can't really complain about that. Got to make money somehow, and I'm still kind of getting over the allergies that we've had. It's been a mass exodus of allergy attacks on America, or really Texas. As you can tell, I'm still fighting it. I got something going on with my ear because of it, which it's fine. It'll get over, whatever. But let's talk about these two topics real quick. We're going to talk about the draft special. All right. So the draft special is important to me, dear to my heart. I enjoy doing the draft special. It's a 5-hour fucking live stream for one, so it's going to take a toll on everybody. People watching, people on the draft special, which, by the way, we're going to have special guests there. They're actually going to be staying with me in this Airbnb in an undisclosed area in Austin, Texas. Oh, that's right. We'll be live in Austin, Texas. Also, undisclosed area. Can't say where it's at. April 24th, which that's Thursday, the first night of the draft. We always do the first night of the draft. We could talk about the prospects outside of the first round that's not being talked about in the first round. But, that's what we do. That is exactly what we do, folks. And I'm really excited about this year because it's going to be with a couple of buddies of mine that I've grown up around. One of them I watched play high school football in our small town. The other one I went to school with. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. First of all, it's one of our It's a return for both these guys on this show. Shout out to these two guys, K-Dub and Nate. Nate was on the older iteration of the Pigskin Mafia podcast. That's Caleb's brother, by the way. Nate will be on with us. He's going to bring some more quarterback expertise and football expertise to the show for the draft special. And this is one time only for now. And then K-Dub, he's going to be back. Y'all know who K-Dub is. He's been on and off in the last two seasons, but he is a very valuable asset to this channel and to the Pigskin Mafia podcast. And I couldn't have done this without him to begin with. Hold on as I share this tweet. Went black for a second, and then I'm going to share this. All right, we're back. So they'll be back together with me, and I'm going to have more than this mic here. I just ordered 3 more mics so that way we can all talk and have a talking point. And I'm looking to get a gaming laptop, probably just a cheap laptop that's good. I'm going to have insight on that with Jamo. Like, it's temporary for the podcast, for the draft special, because there ain't no way in hell I'm going to have my phone sitting here for 5 hours talking about the draft. There's just it's not plausible. The phone will die in fucking 3 if I'm accurate or not. I don't know. But it'll be a very interesting time. We're probably going to have a couple of adult beverages that night. Probably it's going to happen. I'll be making my famous, or not my famous, but I'm going to make my Goombay Smash with the South Texas edition to it. Put some tahini in it. If you don't know what a Goombay Smash is, it's a Bohemian drink. It's a tropical type of drink that consists of pineapple juice, orange juice, and coconut rum, which it's 34% coconut rum. It's 33% pineapple and 33% orange. I've been meaning to make this fucking drink for a long time, and I just have not. And also, Jamo's going to be on. He's going to be the background guy. He's going to have his input. I'm going to make him have his input in this show for the draft special. But it's only because I want everybody involved in this. That's the point of the draft special. I want everybody involved. It's not just a me and a Caleb thing. It's also a Nate and a Jamo thing as well. It's all of the show is ours. In the sense. And, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the trip in the next month. I'm already making preparations for it. And I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And let's go ahead and talk about the draft while we're at it. If I have to be honest and unbiased for a second, this is probably one of the most unappealing drafts that I've ever seen. Now, what does that mean by unappealing? Like, quarterbacks are not that good. There's a handful of running backs I actually like Quentin Hampton out of North Carolina, Ashton Jeanty. I like Cam Scatterbo as a third down back. Okay. And to be honest, I like Quinshon Judkins. I do. I've seen him play at Ole Miss and Ohio State. I know what he's capable of. Okay? Like, some of the receivers are just awful. Like, they're slow and sloppy. There's only a couple of receivers I actually like Matthew Golden, Luther Burden. Um, and to be honest, I'm really not that big of a fan of Isaiah Bond in the NFL. Now, if he ends up being a slot, that's a dangerous combo right there. Have Isaiah Bond as a Z or a W, that'd be great. Uh, I think it's an offensive line and defensive line and edge rusher type of draft. Abdul Carter is definitely the best pick in the draft. He's probably going number one to Tennessee, or if Tennessee decides to trade, which I don't think it will happen. Don't mind that. That's the washer just banging. Um, I think Travis Hunter is the most athletically gifted, but I don't know how he could sustain playing corner and receiver. I just don't see it, and a lot of people are just playing the fiddle with Dion in the media world. And let's talk about that for a second. Last couple weeks, I have been disgusted with the media talking about how Shedeur Sanders, like they're gloating about Shedeur Sanders in a way that it's false. Mel Kiper Jr. went on the air, talked about how much he's been sacked, but compared him to Brady, compared him to Peyton Manning. I'm not going to get rowdy like I usually do. I'm not going to sit there and yell. It's a waste of my energy at this point. Mel Kiper Jr. is a fucking idiot, for one. He's never gotten right on a draft. Let's just keep that 100. For two, he's a fucking goober with his fake toupee looking ass. I'm just not a fan of guys like Mel Kiper Jr. who just pick and choose people who he likes and doesn't even watch the film. It looks like he doesn't even watch the film. And it sounds like he doesn't watch the film. He's given a teleprompter like his coworker, fucking Mina Kimes, which I'll get to her in a minute. I just don't know if I could watch ESPN any longer. It actually watch NFL on ESPN much longer. I don't know. I hardly watch it now, but Jesus Christ, it is horrible. It's a horrible product, and people need to be gone. Mel Kiper Jr. needs to be gone. Next person I'm going to talk about, Mina Kimes. Sorry about that. Mina Kimes. Which, let me fix the camera. All right. She has this thing where she's got a problem with Trump in the administration right now. And all this different shit. I don't understand it. What Trump has to do with cover 2 or has to do with the NFL. Mina is a fucking DEI hire. And I'm not saying this in the most disrespectful way, but I'm going to say it in the most disrespectful way. She does not know what she's talking about. Honestly. She probably couldn't tell you what being under center means. She reads a teleprompter, guys. She had to bring out a phone to talk about the Trump administration getting rid of Jackie Robinson Day. Which, let's be honest, that had to do with DEI, getting rid of everything DEI in the White House or whatnot. And they brought that Jackie Robinson thing back. It's almost like she's desperate for clickbait and rage bait and whatnot. And also just she's horrible. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Analytically, talking about salary caps and shit, yeah, I'll listen to that from her. Or talking about injuries, that's fine. But telling me that cover 2 is the reason why quarterbacks are more likely to throw bubble screens and shit, no thank you. I'll listen to Coach JB and I'll listen to Rex Ryan on that ordeal. Thank you very much. I'll listen to guys like Urban Meyer. I'll listen to people like Jim Tressel. I'll listen to those people. I'll listen to John Gruden. I don't listen to people like Mina Kimes. Let's just keep it 100. Because, for one, she's never played football. For 2, she does not know how to play football. For 3, this is going to sound pretty obscene, but she's a female. She doesn't know how to play football. She would not know how to play football. She would not know the schematics of football. And you can make the same argument about a lot of guys on ESPN too. Yeah, I throw Mel Kiper Jr. in there. I throw Stephen A. Smith in there. You know, and what bugs me about ESPN more than anything is the simple fact that they always bring up politics. It's almost turning into The View. Let's keep it real. It's almost turning into The View. I don't want to watch The View. I want to know who the Raiders are getting. I want to know who the Cowboys are getting at running back, if they get a running back. I want to know whose salary cap is fucked up, whose salary cap's got the biggest gap for them to get people in the free agency. I don't want to hear about Trump administration on ESPN. Let's keep that 100%. Unless it's a message about the game from President Trump, I don't want to hear it. I really don't want to hear anything political from sports analysts that don't know what they're talking about. Ryan Clark. A guy that did play in the fucking league, who was a beast, turned into a fucking ballerina. Ryan Clark has turned into a ballerina. And here's why I say this. He used to be a headhunter. He used to be the guy that was a dominant force at safety and would headhunt anybody his size or bigger. He was not scared to hit anybody. He wasn't scared of anything. Now, he turned into an analyst He wants to keep his job at ESPN, obviously. And now he's race baiting about Shedeur Sanders. Do you know how fucking stupid that sounds right there? Race baiting for Shedeur Sanders because his draft stock is dropping. I don't know what to say. Like that's the most idiotic thing I've ever heard. And people defend this shit, by the way. People defend the hypocrisy here. First of all, there's 17 starting quarterbacks in the NFL that are African American. Let's keep that 100%. Second of all, possibly 18 now that Jameis Winston's with the Giants, which is, I don't know if that's a good fit. Second of all, race baiting in 2025 when if we're going to go the political route, let's go ahead. There's been more black or more African American voters for President Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance than there were back in 2016. And if the NFL is so against black quarterbacks, why are there more black quarterbacks in the NFL starting right now? And we just had 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. So let's go ahead and put that out there. And also, race baiting for Deion's son. Even Deion would say that's the most idiotic thing he's ever heard. Ryan Clark is starting to sound like Colin Kaepernick, in my opinion. He's starting to sound like when Colin Kaepernick was talking about plantations and all this other shit. I don't know. Like, it's getting to the point where I'm just sick and tired of hearing Ryan Clark talk about race baiting, for one. And also Mina Kimes, too. She's part of that. And for 2, Ryan Clark is not that good of an analyst. He was a phenomenal player at safety. But he is horrific as an analyst. And I've been doing this amateurly. I can't fucking say the word right. I don't think I'm that great of an analyst. But I've been doing this for 4 years now. Pretty much studying film every day on O-line, D-line, quarterback play, and whatnot. And as good as Shedeur is, he's not as great as people think he is. The reason why his draft stock is dropping is because he did not perform in the draft combine or in the NFL combine. Whereas Jackson Dart did, Quinn Ewers did, Tyler Shough did, Will Howard did, Brady Cook ran a 40 and performed at the combine. Seth Hennigan did the same thing. So what? And Cam Ward, let's be real. He's probably the quarterback that has nothing to prove, but I think he's a lazy quarterback. Shedeur had a lot to prove because he played in a weaker conference, couldn't win the conference championship there. He had the same range of stats as Quinn Ewers. And Quinn Ewers has been pretty much injured all of his collegiate career. Now, the stats will say that he has a over 70% pass completion rating. That's fine. And Quinn had a 66. That's fine. But I can tell you this: Shador would not last in the SEC. He would be under 60% passing completion. If it wasn't for his receivers, Travis Hunter, Lester, Jimmy Horn Jr., who I thought was an underrated asset for Colorado's passing attack, if you call it that. Because Shador, most of his passes are underthrown. He holds onto the ball too long, which forces him to get sacked. Most of his sacks are on him, and he could probably tell you that. And I'm not trying to hate on Shador. I'm just giving a analytical view on why Shador is dropping in the draft stock. Because I don't think he's much better than Jackson Dart or Quinn Ewers. The reason why people are hyping this kid up is because he's Deion's kid. Well, how come Shiloh isn't being talked about? Because he's fucking an old man, for one. For two, he is stale as a safety. Even Matt McChesney would tell you that. But people need to get the fucking blinders off on Shador. He's really not that great. If you really look at his film, he underthrows his passes. I just don't see him being a full-time starter in the league. He has to be developed. So does Quinn Ewers. So does Jackson Dart. I think Cam Ward should be developed, but he's going to end up being a starter. I don't know, man. It's one of those deals where ESPN likes to bring race into things, and it's getting tiresome. Everybody's fed up with the bullshit. Everybody's already calling for Mina Kimes, Ryan Clark to be fired. I'm going to throw in Mel Kiper Jr. I think he's been there for too goddamn long. He's a fuckstick who doesn't know anything about quarterback play. And he's never gotten a draft right. And I don't know. I just think ESPN needs to be real again. I really do. ESPN needs to go back to being realistic with the Stuart Scotts and I don't know. I just think that ESPN has really gotten stale because people are fed up with the fact that it is fake. And what's to talk nothing but race. It has nothing to do with race. It has to do with him being as bad of a quarterback as you could see. Look, Jamo is probably the bigger hater, quote unquote hater. But let's be real. He's not wrong on Shador. Like, if you look at it analytically, he's not wrong. Okay? And if you really, really, truly care about Shador Sanders, then you'll give an honest opinion about Shador and not say he's the best fucking quarterback in the fucking draft. He's not. There's just no way. I got into an argument with somebody about this too. He was like, "Oh, but you were trashing the Big 12, but talking all this hype about Cam Scatterbo." Yeah, because fucking he's actually pretty good. And he reminds me of John Riggins. Okay? Shador doesn't remind me of anybody. What Shador reminds me of is, you know what? He does remind me of somebody. Ryan Leaf. You remember that name? Everybody set that kid up for failure. Just to get fucking bullied and shit the bed in the NFL, and that's where Shador's going to end up. For one, if he's not drafted on the right squad. For two, if he's not developed. Vegas would be a good spot for him. A lot of people are saying Cleveland, and I'm going, why? Just to go back to QB graveyard? No. I don't know. I'm tired of watching ESPN or watching clips of ESPN of Mina Kimes, Ryan Clark, Mel Kiper Jr. talking about how great Shador is when you're setting the kid up for failure. You don't even know his tape like that. Stop. And not only that, you got RC and fucking Mina Kimes talking about how bad the Trump administration is when realistically they're changing the country for better. Like, goddamn. Shut the fuck up already. They've done more in the past 3 months than Biden's done in his entire administration. That motherfucker never lifted a finger. Let's keep it real. And everybody's mad because Trump is doing what he promised to do. Okay? Enough with the politics. Now let's talk about NFL free agency. Oh boy, where do I even start? This has got to be one of the most stale free agencies I've ever been a part of in the last 4 years. You know, I've been a part of many great trades and whatnot, but this year, it's just bland. This has just gotten bland. And I hate to be a negative Nancy about it, but it's fucking bland. I don't know how else to describe it without being negative. It is bland. This is the most bland I've ever seen the free agency. And there's some idiotic trades. There's some idiotic signs. Like Seattle got rid of Geno Smith for fucking Sam Darnold. Basically the same human being. I don't know. You wonder why I haven't posted a whole lot on the NFL free agency. There's just nothing to talk about. And then Aaron Rodgers has got a thumb up his ass, trying to decide, thumb up his ass, thumb up his mouth, just doing this, wondering what team to go to. I don't know. It's one of those deals where I just don't give a shit about the free agency this year. Good news is players are needed for their franchise that are due for their contracts or due for an extension have been extended, have been signed. Now there are some good moves that I like Darius Slay to the Steelers. That's a good one. Cowboys haven't made any fucking moves, so I don't even want to fucking talk about them. But I don't know. It's just been the most bland free agency I've dealt with in the last couple years. And there's been some exciting ones, especially during the draft. And I think that's where the free agency will start to pick up a little bit, is when the draft starts. or closer to the draft. I thought there would be a little bit more excitement this year because Jamar Chase, or realistically T. Higgins, is out in the market. Could Aaron Rodgers follow the Brett Favre path? Is there going to be more than 2 quarterbacks in the draft be drafted? Now it's looking like there's only going to be 1. Because none of these owners, none of these teams are interested in drafting a QB in the first round. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know about you guys, but this has got to be one of the most blandest years for free agency draft. I'm still excited about doing the draft special because it's something new that we're doing with me and my 2 good friends together, and Jamo in the background doing the 1s and 2s, but also putting his input on things, especially for Pittsburgh because he is a Steelers fan, if you guys don't remember. I don't know. I just want to, at some point, see something magical happen. But it's not going to happen this year. I think all the trades that I thought were going to happen in the draft, gone. I thought the excitement of the draft, gone. I could be a negative Nancy, and it's not over yet, whatever. But let's just face it, this is probably the weakest free agent or off season that we've ever dealt with. Probably the weakest off season in NFL history. Think about that. It's so underwhelming. Wow. I didn't even think about that for a second. Wow. But yeah, so we'll start picking back up on the podcast. Just me and Jamo during the duration of April. We're going to be on every week around that time. For now, we're just going to take it easy. We're taking a little break. Jamo's working on school. He's kicking ass. But once April hits, we're going to hit the ground running during the pre-draft special. We're gonna do a show and then a pre-draft special a week before the draft. Then we're gonna do the draft special and then the post-draft special. And then we'll do the 2 weeks off thing where I'll be the one setting the schedule and me and Jamo are going to be on just talking about football. And hopefully, and I'm going to bring this up too, we're going to talk about UFL this year because it's something to pick up the pace a little bit. It might be just me on here talking about it at some point. I don't know. I just want change. And I'm talking about the off season, obviously. I think we're doing a great job here for the PMP. But I want change for the fucking off season. Like something magical, just whoosh! Some magical entity just does something. Because this fucking off season has been overwhelmingly boring. Honestly. Maybe it's because I'm a bitter Cowboys fan. Yeah, fuck you guys. But I genuinely want to see something special and magical. And also in the draft, too. Why not? Why not have that crazy draft pick that everybody's going to go, huh? And again, we're only doing first round. And I just want to sit here and tell you guys how much I appreciate you guys for the support over the last 5 months. Overwhelmingly over 100 subscribers. We're at 142 right now. Let's try to get to 150 before the draft special, so that way we could get more than 150. The draft special is going to be crazy. I'm going to say that right now. It's going to be chaotic. You got 3 guys from Central Texas in an Airbnb with 3 microphones and watching the NFL draft with adult beverages. It's gonna be crazy, dude. I'm just gonna say that right now. It's gonna be one of the craziest draft specials we've ever done. Not the pixelated one, but the ones that made you go, "Oh my god," But it's gonna be chaotic. Like, who knows what might happen? We might do like a post draft special show Friday night before we go out or something. I don't know. All I know is that we're doing the draft special in Austin, Texas, and I'm excited for it. But don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and tune into the draft special April 24th, because it's going to be a fucking doozy. I'm excited for it. I cannot wait. I'm pumped. And I got the days approved to where I can go up to Austin and not worry about a single fucking thing. And relax, kick my feet up, drink me a Goombay Smash, smoke me a stick, maybe. And when I say that, I'm talking about cigars. But what I am going to start doing, though, is once the NFL and college football season starts, we're going to talk a little bit more betting, like prize picks, dabble, all that shit, because I'm very invested in it now, to where I think I want to start talking about betting and probably bring on betting experts that I know, but who knows. And I'm going to try to get guests on, not during the draft special, because we already got plenty of guests to talk to, and there's going to be drunken idiots talking already, and we're probably going to do something weird after the show. But I'm excited for it. I'm pumped. I'm ready to fucking get to April. I hope you guys are joining us as well on this magical journey called the Draft Special, because it's going to be fun. It's going to be fucking amazing. I'm excited for it. And I know it's Saturday. Nobody's really watching this on a Saturday, but if you get the chance, watch it after this live stream goes off. Leave a like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Love you guys. Goodbye. Mwah. Good night. Bang. Toodaloo, motherfuckers.